All right, well, I thought this lip looked avant-garde. Not even decent, just interesting. No, it's canceled. What's in the background is a bottle of erythromycin. Sorry, erythromycin. I have strep throat right now, of all things. I was thinking today, I want to be more transparent about how much of a just strange emu of a person I am and choose to be, so that you can really be sure you want to strap in on this journey with me. My teeth might look a little purple right now because I just tried to use gel food coloring as a lip color. So that's point one. Let's move forward. I'm going through a rather deep depressive episode right now, so I've been doing a lot of watching YouTube, and so I thought I would share with you the sort of things that I watch on YouTube. So again, you know what you signed up for. Outside of beauty videos, there's a whole strange world of things that I choose to spend my time watching. The videos that get recommended to me are, my God, you wanna talk a grab bag, raw XD tacos random? My YouTube recommendations. What beauty people does this beautiful person subscribe to? Great question. In general, I like to watch people who are smarter than me. That is why I'm subscribed to people like Artistry Brie, who was more talented than me, Lacey of Spooky Lips and Fat Hips, or Georgia Harris, who are both intellectually smarter than me. I will say this though, being smarter than me is like being heavier than grass. One single grass. Angelica Nyqvist, you know. LS, a perfect example, smarter than me. Kimberly Clark, Lauren May Beauty, Sophia Nygaard, you know? Makeup struggles, perfect example. I also watch people who are funnier than me. Michaela Long, a Sailor J, if you will. Beauty YouTube is but a microcosm of all of the YouTube that I consume. So that's what I'm going to discuss now. I love people who make me feel feelings that I suppress: vulnerability, weakness, and sadness, levity, innocence, and creativity. So that's why I'm a massive stan for having emotions and being allowed to feel those emotions. And talking about emotions and being unapologetically yourself is why I really like people who talk about their feelings a lot. People like Amelia Fart or Dodie Clark. I've got some walls up, and they're not just drywall, they're exposed brick. You good, fam? Jenna Marbles, another funny and smart, both-er than me, person who also feels her feelings a lot. I love feelings. I love watching people who have them, so I feel like I'm allowed to have them too. After all that warm fuzziness that I just mentioned, I also really like watching people who criticize things, like commentary YouTubers who will like take things that I find objectively bad, like Instagram comedy humor or Jake and Logan Paul, as people and be like, hey, this is terrible. And I'm talking with people like Cody Ko and Noel Miller and Drew Gooden and like Danny Gonzalez and people in that vein. People who are funny doing it. Not like the people who are in like those gamer chairs. Their whole thing is like, Lily Pons is a bitch and she's not even that hot. Well, I mean people who like actually analyze humor. Moving on. Did you ever know that you're my hero? Round two. 300 cow dairy farm.
Hey, you're watching a pimp in the mirror.
Nice.
I'm a pimp.
I know.
I am.
Loser, you have a Tinder coach?
Just
the one so far, but I've only been right swiping for a year. I don't even know if I would have a sense of humor if not for Jake and Amir videos. Bone sartorialist, if you will. I won't. What other things have created the foundation of my sense of humor? Anything created by Chris Fleming or Brian Jordan Alvarez. I don't know exactly how many times I've rewatched The Gay and Fabulous Life of Caleb Gallo, except yes I do, 12. Similarly, how many times have I rewatched Gale by Chris Fleming? It's a longer series, so fewer than 12, but it's still at least a high, low tens prime number. I don't know. I watch Let's Plays sometimes. I don't like watching the ones where like whoever's doing the Let's Plays face is like taking up a quarter of the screen and they're like, I'm yelling because I need to put this in the thumbnail! It's messy, you know, it's not what I'm there for. Just let me live vicariously. Don't yell at me, Markiplier. I love things like real life lore and just strange hypothetical documentaries. I'll be scrolling through YouTube. I can't help it. I just get sucked in. I'll see a title that's like, what would happen if we nuked the Marianas Trench? I'm like, I have no idea. But in 14 minutes, I'll be an expert on it. On that note, just documentaries in general. Oh man. There was one night where I think I was watching a documentary about Ted Bundy or something, and I fell asleep while it was on. And when I woke up, like 4 hours had gone by and I was watching a documentary about like Angel Falls in Venezuela. Everything's connected in such a wonderful way. Serial killers to natural phenomena. Fauna to flora. I spend a big chunk of time watching clips of TLC shows. I don't know how many episodes of My Strange Addiction and My 600 Pound Life I've watched in like 6-minute clips where like they're reversed and the audio's pitched up and it's like half the size of the normal screen and there's a big glare in the center of it to avoid copyrights. But it has to be, you know, almost the entire run of those shows. I love watching clips from Botched on E. That's my favorite show. ATM. Another thing I get sucked into is watching people cook animals I didn't know you could cook. I have this morbid fascination with it. My favorites are the ones that are just like almost completely silent except for like kitchen sound ASMR things happening in the background of chefs in Korea and Japan preparing fish that I didn't know you could catch or that they existed. There's like these huge clams with entire ecosystems on them, fish that look like sentient sweet potatoes or like sea cucumbers. They're things that like, if I woke up and it was in the corner of my room in the middle of the night, I would burn my apartment complex down. It's so fascinating, the process. At the beginning of the videos, they go to the fish market and they take it out and they put it in this bag and it looks like, you know what they look like? They look like if I remade The Thing and I was kind of low on special effects, I could go to a fish market, buy one of those big clams, and just kind of Velcro it to the monster in my movie, and it would be like readable as a horrible shape-shifting alien. So at the beginning they look like that, and then by the end of the videos it's something that's like, oh yeah, I would absolutely Postmates that in a heartbeat. It's truly a transformation. They're upsetting for me to watch because I'm very slowly in the process of becoming a vegetarian and I have a lot of sad feelings for when animals have to be killed for food. And I watch them and I'm upset and I realize like, oh my God, I'm the overly sensitive vegetarian that these comment sections complain about. It's me. I'm that person. It's so interesting, the self-discovery journeys that we go on YouTube. Another thing I watch on YouTube is every Taylor Swift music video. The philosophy people have towards Lay's chips, I have towards Taylor Swift videos. I think it's because when Taylor Swift first debuted, I was a freshman in high school. I wore a lot of t-shirts with long sleeve shirts underneath them, and I had a pair of high tops from Hot Topic that had a pink like skull and crossbones on them. So I was supposed to hate Taylor Swift. And I did. I hated her so much. And then when I was in college, I realized, oh, no. 15 was written about me. And so now I love early Taylor Swift. I'm firmly in my mid-20s now, and so there's just a whole bunch of stuff that I know that people younger than me don't know. And I get how my mom feels now. I was watching a video the other day of like, top 50 songs you didn't know used samples. And I was thinking, oh, this is gonna be cool, you know? It's like, did you know Questions by Chris Brown is a sample of this song, Turn Me On by Kevin Lytle? And I was like, yeah, because Turn Me On was my MySpace song for like 3 months in 2007. I used to listen to it on my teal iPod Nano in my room. Is that privileged knowledge now? Did you know Crying in the Club by Camila Can't Hold a Note Cabello is a sample of Genie in a Bottle by Christina Aguilera? Yeah? Do you think I don't know every single thing that has anything to do with Genie in a Bottle by Christina Aguilera from 1999? I'm only 24. That's young. If I lost $24, I'd probably get over it quickly. Well, if I wasted 24 minutes, I'd be okay with it. That's better. I'm not in a place to be cavalier about losing any amount of money. I hope I get monetized soon. I like any sort of top 10 countdown video about like movies or whatnot, like a What Culture or a Looper or a Watch Mojo, because I can watch 40 of them in a row. And they always bring up like the same movies. Did you know people died filming the Twilight Zone movie in a helicopter crash? Did you know Brandon Lee was accidentally shot in the abdomen by a prop gun during filming of The Crow? And it's like, yeah, I know, I did, because you just told me. 2 videos ago. I watch a lot of former Viners. Recently I've gotten so absurdly, deeply into David Dobrik's vlogs. They're exactly how vlogs should be. David Dobrik is wealthy enough that he's been able to do what I think everyone wants to do and just create a space not only where he can have just all of his interesting friends around him to create content, but also he can just buy any absurd thing and be like, hey, let's buy 10,000 blocks of dry ice and put them in a pool and get Steve-O to come jump in it. Like, we can do that because we have so much money. I avoid mukbangs, and the reason I avoid them is because there are 2 things I really dislike hearing when people are talking. The first is long pauses, and the second is chewing. And mukbangs are story times in which there are long pauses filled with the sounds of chewing. Those are not for me. Oh, there's a handful of SNL sketches. I'll close it out with this because I've been talking for a long time. They make me feel truly seen. The first one is A Girl's Halloween, and the second one is, what is it called? If you want to know what it's like to know me in person, it's those 2 videos, a combination of them. Ooh, a new genre of video that I've been watching is like well-spoken girls talking about some piece of media and dissecting it. And 2 that I've been really interested in so far, Jenny Nicholson and Sarah Z. Also Internet Jules. She does those videos that are like how to write a blank song in under an hour. And she did one that was called Every Song Played in an H&M, where she like does those kind of like wispy and singer voices plus EDM songs that are really popular now. She like makes one in the video, and the one she made was like so spot on. I was like, oh yeah, no, this is in my Spotify Discover playlist right now. I need to lie down. So I'm gonna finish this video. Thank you for watching. This was a super disjointed mess. This was nice to make. I like talking. Bye.